What's up everybody? In today's video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down the crypto market. I'm going to teach you guys how to actually start in the cryptocurrency world and the 3 most important things you need to do today in order to get started.
Centaur coin, half horse, half man, all coin. Okay.
And right now that's such a buzz with people buying things like a clip art of a rock for $600,000 or even over $1 million for a picture of a rock, not even a real rock. A clip art rock. And not only that, it seems like there's 100 new coins every day.
Coin. It's a coin about coins. Who wouldn't want that? Total game changer.
This whole thing is just very confusing. So what I want to do is I want to break everything down for you, exactly what you need to do in order to actually buy your cryptocurrency if that's something you choose to do. And I'm wearing my lumberjack shirt so that we can chop away at this information. Wow. Definitely gonna cut that out. Hey everyone, my name's Nolan. My students call me Professor G, and it is my passion helping young people understand personal finance and the ins and outs of starting a business. Let's do this. Now let me just start with my goal is to make it so that you guys are successful. My goal, the reason why I teach at a university, is to mentor and help young people with their finances and set them up for success. I want the same thing for you. And so anything that I talk about here today is something that I'm comfortable with and stuff that I do myself, but I'm not a financial advisor. So I also want to just make it very clear that cryptocurrency is still a volatile thing. It's still something with a lot of risk. But again, my goal is to set you guys up for success. So only do things that you totally 100% understand. And I find it my goal to at least make it so that you start to understand these things so you can make the decision yourself. So step number 1 is research. Now, anytime that a student comes to me and says, what type of stock should I buy, or where should I invest? It really depends. And it depends on so many things. It depends on your risk profile, how likely you are to take on risk, or if that you'd like to be a little bit safer. No two people are the same, so you have to figure out what you like. The other thing that you need to start researching is exactly what each of these cryptocurrencies do. It's not just a name, and this one is yellow, and this one's red, and this one. Each of the cryptocurrencies actually have a purpose. And so what you want to do is you want to go to places like coinmarketcap.com or coingecko.com, and what you're going to do is just look through the coins and click on them and see what they're all about. It's just like if you guys were going to look up what does Apple do, and what does Microsoft do, and what does Amazon do. You want to go ahead and research a little bit, not only just who they are and what they do, but what's their competitive advantage. What is it exactly that they're going to solve? Because there's so many companies that are just like Apple, or Amazon is at the top for their industry. There's reasons for that. And while it's a little bit more understood because there's better information out there about each of these companies, or they're in the media all the time, cryptocurrency is starting to become that way, but it's still kind of this best kept secret type of thing. And so those 2 websites will help you be able to click through and figure out what the projects do. Now, let me give you a quick warning. Anytime that anybody's going to do any type of marketing for their company, right, they're going to say the best things about them and why they're the absolute best. Think about when you guys write your cover letters or when you apply for a job. The fact that you can do Excel pretty well, I'm sure you're writing superior Excel expert and PowerPoint extraordinaire. Same things with these coin projects. They're going to say how they're solving this crazy problem in the world, and everything's going to sound amazing. So you need to dig a little deeper. Is that an actual problem? Is that something that actually needs to be solved? Like, do we actually need a better Amazon, or is Amazon doing a pretty good job at what they do and their logistics is on point? So once you've done your research and you figure out, like, yes, I like these couple coins, then step number 2 is to be able to have a wallet of some sort. People are very skeptical about cryptocurrency because they keep hearing that people are getting hacked and then taking their life savings, which is definitely happening. And so that is something you need to understand. People are good at hacking. That's all they do, and they hack for millions of dollars. So they will hack something that is hackable. So when you guys buy your cryptocurrency, as quickly as you can, you want to put it into a wallet that can't be hacked. And there's 2 different types that I recommend. There's a wallet that goes on your computer that's totally separate than an actual exchange. And when it's on your computer, they can't hack through, because exchanges are really where people get hacked from, because it's easier to hack into like the database of everything than it is to hack into and find your one IP address and find your one wallet there. The absolute best type of wallet to use would be something totally separate from your computer, almost like a USB disk, called a nano ledger. And they have a bunch of different versions. And the reason why it's so safe is because it's off of your computer, totally separate, almost like how you take a file off of your computer and put it on a USB drive. And so by doing that, nobody can hack into the actual ledger, the nano ledger itself. So there are pros and cons to different things, but set up a system. Probably the best way is to put that little USB guy, the little ledger nano, into like a safety deposit box or something that you won't lose and that you won't forget where it's at or misplace it. So now that we have done our research and we have the wallet that we know where we're going to put this cryptocurrency, now we have to go out and buy the cryptocurrency and go to an exchange. So tip number 3 is to find an exchange that you feel comfortable with. Here in the United States, the most used one is called Coinbase. It's actually very, very user-friendly, very easy. It's kind of like just going to the App Store and clicking the one that you want and downloading it. So what I want to do now is just quickly take you through what it's like to sign up on Coinbase, because it is a little bit confusing, just like in my other video about signing up on a brokerage. So you can just go straight to coinbase.com. You can see that you can just sign up right here. And if you do start, you can get $5 in free Bitcoin for signing up. But if you use my code down in the description below, then you're going to be able to get $10 in free Bitcoin. And $10 is way more than $5, so you should definitely go that route. But what you're going to do is you're just going to fill out your first name, last name, all of this normal stuff, click create account. It's going to send an email to you that you're going to have to make sure that you're an actual person. And then from there, you're just going to link your bank account, just like you would do for any type of banking or finance type app. So now once you're in, it's super, super easy. As you can see, I'm in the trade category here. You can go home, you can have your portfolio to see what you actually have. But to start, you're going to want to look at trade. And we're also going to want to look at learn and earn. So for now, trade, this is just going to tell us all the different types of coins that we can buy. One of the main questions that I get is, wow, Bitcoin is, $47,000. I don't have $47,000, so I guess I can't buy any Bitcoin. Well, you can buy a little piece of it. So if you have $5, you can buy $5 worth. If you have $10, you can buy $10 worth. So the way that we do it is, you would just click buy right here, and then you can just figure out exactly how much you want to buy. So you can do $10, you can do $50, you can do $1,000, you can customize it. So let's just customize it. Let's say that I wanted to do $25 worth of Bitcoin. So then I would go down, click preview buy, and with that, we are going to buy 0.0004986 of a Bitcoin, because that was what $25 was. Now there is going to be a little fee that they make off the top. So we paid $25, but we really received $23.50 worth of Bitcoin. So let's say that you want to not just buy Bitcoin, but let's say you want to sell it at some point. You would just click sell, and then however much of it that you'd like. So let's say that we want to sell $25 worth or something. Then you would just click this blue button here. And then same thing. Now we're selling 0.0053564 of a BTC, and we will make $23.51. Again, there's a fee involved, so just know that Coinbase does make their money off of the front end and the back end. But again, if we're holding this long term, hopefully it's going to 10x, 100x, whatever, and so those little fees will be very, very minimal long term. Now, one of the last things that I want to call your attention to is this tab right here, Learn and Earn. And this is why I really recommend Coinbase. Not only will you get $10 of free Bitcoin when you sign up through my link, but you'll also click this and you can earn a bunch of money just by learning about what the projects are. So they're going to teach you about Fetch AI, and it's going to take 1 minute for you to watch the video, and they're going to give you $1 of that. You literally just press play and you'll make the money. The graph, you could earn up to $4 just by literally clicking this. And I've done this with all of these, and so I've made, $50 or $60, because the thing is every couple months they bring out new ones and then they give you that money just because, so that you learn about it, which is really, really good, because it goes along with what my number one was for you guys, which is to make sure that you do your research. So now you know how to set up your own account to be able to actually buy the cryptocurrencies that you feel are comfortable for you and your investing. Coinbase isn't the only one. There's a bunch of other ones. There's Binance, there's Kraken. Coinbase is one of the ones that is most widely used, and so that's where I'd recommend at least starting from. My recommendation for you guys would be to look at especially CoinMarketCap and look at the first 10 coins, because they're listed in order of how big they are, how many people actually own them, and it would be just like the Fortune 500, the top 10 companies. And so the higher the company is up on that list, the more safe they are, probably just because they have more money, they have more resources. So same thing with the top 10 coins. They've been around probably the longest, they have the most buy-in, they have the most amount of resources themselves, and so they can continue turning out the best product. What I'd really, really recommend is just watching the coins for a while. I always tell my students, watch either stocks or the real estate market or cryptocurrency market, and just watch it for a month. Every day, look at where each one is, because you'll see that yes, it is volatile, especially if you only look at it one time every couple weeks. But if you look at it daily, you'll start to see trends, and you'll start to see that yes, it does go up and it does go down, but it's actually going up and down lower, and then up a little higher and then down a little bit lower. The trajectory is up, or the trajectory is down for this project, or something that happens in the world, like what's going on in Afghanistan, or what's happening in China, or what Elon Musk decides to tweet that day. You'll see what happens in the market. Same thing in the stock market. Things are correlated to what's actually happening around it, and maybe not necessarily what the value of that company or that project is. And so if you understand that basically, then you can figure out the best deals. So all this falls under that number one, which is do your research, which is why I put it number one, and it's the most important thing you can do. Keep it up, guys. If you have any questions, please put it down below in the comments, and I'd love to keep making videos like this if it's something that you want to learn about. Professor G, out.